Hello everyone! Welcome, it's the Haru arc. We're just chilling. It's almost, is it almost 4 in the morning? I kinda lost track of time. It's probably around there. So it's some early in the morning Haru arc gaming. And listen, I gotta be honest with you. We're Haru arc gaming. You do indeed love to see it. So, we're gonna do re-clears today for Pandemonium Savage, and we are willing to skip 1 through 3, and I am the one who offered to do the re-clears via Party Finder. But the thing is, I don't trust Party Finder with P3S. I trust Party Finder with P1S and P2S, but not with P3S, because there's a lot of stuff that you have to, you have to kind of figure out with, like, who's going where with spreads, right? Because you have to be like, for melee team, and here's the thing, it changes too, because there's the first experimental Char Plume, I think it's called. You have range south, melees north, and so the melees have to work out, who's going long, who's going left a little bit, who's going right a little bit, and who's going, like, long for left and right, and then the ranged also have to work out the same thing. But when you're doing the, like, Firestorms of Asphodelos with the, like, the Dark Tornado and into the Donut Tornadoes, basically what you're looking at is you're gonna have healers and melee DPS and range DPS and tanks. And so that's a completely different group that also has to figure out what they're doing. Now, admittedly, on the Firestorms of Asphodelos Donut Tornadoes, when it's a spread, what I'll always do is I will duck behind whatever tornado that I'm at. But you also have to decide, what group is going left and which group is going right, which, that could throw me off, because, like, my static and I always go left in my static, in the static that I'm in. I will always go left. But, maybe Party Finder healers go right, I don't know. I feel like we do a lot of stuff pretty similar to Party Finder, but we just have sort of our weird strats that work for us. Like, I take over for range DPS to bait out the Cornthos Kick or whatever it's called. I bait that because I always want a healer to be as close to everyone as possible. And so even though I don't think the towers are gonna be that big of a deal, I really don't want both the healers to be on, like, the far east part of the map, while all the melees who just baited, like, cones that are taking towers, they're all alone on the west side of the map. I really would rather a healer, and since I'm the regen healer, I feel like I would just be better being as close to the center as possible for that. But, anyways, and I don't know if Party Finder does the range DPS thing, but I've seen a bunch of different toolboxes for it. P4S is messed up. But for the Haru arc, while we're struggling through P4S, Haru's arc remains, and I highly doubt we're gonna clear P4S tomorrow. That would be, like, insane. That would be literally insane. There would, like, that would be, like, it's not impossible, but we would have to learn Act 4, Countdown, and Finale in less than, like, I want to say, like, 2 hours, but we have trouble with Pinax, right? So it's like, Pinax has been the hardest part of the fight for us so far, so just clearing the door boss is the problem. But in the spirit of doing difficult things, we're gonna do Ill-Fated Haru Gaming, and we're gonna do all perks as well, and we're gonna keep it on Timeline B, because I want to kind of I want to have some things in my favor, and we'll make it where we have to fight everything. We're gonna do some Haru combat gaming, and, somebody was asking in the Discord sort of how I feel about Haru, and I kind of went off on a little bit of a ramble, where it's basically like, playing the Haru arc has made me feel like that the meta is now Smonks, which, admittedly, I don't like that, alright? I don't like cigarettes in real life. But I do like Knowledge Check, Light Source, Strength, Takashi, Charisma, and Second Enemy. So remember your second enemy, everything but Dexterity, and there's a Light Source involved. But, yeah, no, like, I don't like cigarettes in real life. You can call me lame, you can call me a loser, whatever. but I'm not a big fan of stuff like that IRL. In fiction, I don't really care, but I don't... This is one of the first times that it's like, I've played a game where, like, smoking gives you a statistical advantage, which is a little bit weird. But it's not really a big deal, right? Like, it doesn't really bother me. It's just, it feels a little bit weird. But, I don't know. I guess if you want your, like, morally responsible, this is your anti-smonking PSA. Don't do it IRL. There are no eldritch monsters in real life that you need to kill, and the only way you're gonna kill them is by getting your nicotine rush, alright? That is not how IRL works. You know, it's what I would have you believe. Deduction, before we even go into a mystery, is absolutely cracked. And we do have a strength check, so I'll go ahead and get 8 strength there. We didn't get any item, which is kind of cringe, you know, but it is what it is. And we'll go t-shirt. And do I want to get... This is important. Alright, do I want to get the money first? If we... I feel like that's actually a no. I feel like that's a certified no. I feel like that's a certified no moment. And I'll walk you through my thought process here. We want to get the monkey wrench. I'm very confident in this. I think we want to get the monkey wrench. Well, actually, it'll depend. Like, are we gonna get anything interesting here? Because if we have painting, then I will grab that money, and then I will get cursed once. I will buy the whatchamacallit, and I'll go for it. But we're gonna try to get the monkey wrench. And so there's 2 ways that we could go. One, we could not take the money, hope that we get Jar of Blood early, and then buy the monkey wrench as soon as possible. But I'm actually going to get the money anyways, because I just thought of something that I want to do. We're going to go here. We're going to get the money. We're going to go into Eerie episode of Evolving Eels, because why not? We're going to go to the History Club, and we're going to get the first thing that we can sell, which will be the Ritual Mask. We will get cursed once. And it's a little bit of a bizarre way to do it. And it's gonna end up with us taking 11% Doom, which is not fun. It is not fun, mind you. And we're gonna smonk immediately. I feel like that I don't want to get into a fight. Okay? I don't want to get into a fight where we do not have an opportunity to be smonking. Because my theory of the case, my World of Horror is a solved game case, is that if you smonk immediately, and you try to keep yourself at 0 funds as often as possible. Now, the reason why you want... I misclicked there. The reason why you want to do this is because when you're at 0 funds, you can get Jar of Blood. We'll just take the reason out here. And what happens there is you can end up getting 2 packets of smonks before your first pack. Well, you can get 2 packets of smonks guaranteed, right? Because you're gonna get 2 funds from Jar of Blood, 2 funds from getting cursed a second time, then you're down to 0 funds after buying the cigarettes. You then get Jar of Blood again, get cursed again, 4 more funds into the vending machine. You now have, what is it, like 9 to 14? Somewhere in that range of smonks. And the reason why I think you want to do this is because it makes your combat really good, and you can kind of just, that was concussion, that's the thing that he always gives you, I'm not worried about that. It'll go away after the end of this mystery. I did actually mess up here. I needed to go to the seaside one more time. We're gonna have to visit the seaside. Ooh, fancy, Midnight Driver. We're gonna have to go to the seaside once without Kana, which could be a big deal if it's a fight. It only matters if it's a fight. If it's anything else, like you just get random doom, doesn't matter. I should have gone to the seaside once earlier, but I got a little distracted, that's fine. We will leave it for later. I am a little bit worried about our stats, but I think we should probably be fine. We're going down to 5-5. But we leave this mystery with an item that we can sell or throw, and we leave this mystery with Kana, which is incredibly, very high tier. Okay, very, very good. Now, what are we gonna do here? So we've leveled up again, because Deduction Mystery 1 is completely overpowered. And, oh my god. So listen, we do have the knowledge check, but I gotta go with this. I gotta go with 1 point of strength, I gotta go with Fast Swimmer. That's incredible. Like, I don't think we're gonna have a single problem with any fight for the rest of the game. Now, what we want to leverage, and I'm absolutely skipping freaky feature of found footage. That would be insane of me not to. Now, Apartment Stalker was our first enemy, so whoever we fight next might be important if we get Heart of Darkness. Heart of Darkness, that is correct. And let's see. Ramen. We're skipping freaky feature of found footage. Wordless Ward is gonna be bad. Like, we need to make sure that we're smonking for Wordless Ward, but that means that I also need to get an item of some sort. I think we can go School Scissors. I think that's a little bit crazy, but I think we'll go School Scissors because it's a relatively short mystery. We get an item. So what I'm thinking is we get out of this mystery, we sell both of these things, and then we buy another packet of smonks. But we have to get Jar of Blood first. That's obviously very important, and we have to not lose that 2 funds in the process. I'm gonna take Peace of Mind here. I think that's worth it, because I don't think we're gonna, as long as we're smonking, especially with the setup that we have now, we are never running away from combat, ever, alright? We are never running away from combat. Like, look at this. Like, we are killing this guy. He's taking bonus damage, too, so we're just massively overkilling him. I think, okay, that's a bow and a clap. Please do remember that. That'll be on the test later. That'll be on the test later. Do remember a bow and a clap. That will be on the test later. And Forgotten Specimen, you know, we dusted him in 5 seconds. But that was our second enemy, so please do remember that. No, I can't do something like that. That would be crazy if you could. I am actually thinking, though, if we do this, we could just potentially, like, go sicko mode. Yeah, we could potentially go sicko mode, right? I mean, that would kill, and it did. We made 3 70% chances in a row. Remember, we have the panic debuff, that's crazy. But I'm not really worried. I'm worried about it now. But I wasn't worried about panic originally, because we're always going to be ahead of panic, okay? We're always going to be ahead of panic because we had a free level up. So I would say that ill-fated, it was a bow and a clap. It was a bow and a clap confirmed. I remember that. I remember that. It's a bow, a clap. Oh, a clap. A bow. And a clap. I'm not remembering that. That's too complicated. But yeah, so the ill-fated is always going to cancel out your first panic. Now, is it going to cancel out your second panic? No. But, you know, it is what it is. So I think we'll take a point of charisma here, because we've got the lump of flesh. Like, I'm almost thinking, am I insane? Like, am I actually insane? We're taking anatomy class. Fast learner is the stupid choice. Fast learner is the, I'm just memeing, right? Like, I want to feel something. And I don't think we're there yet, because we're still trying to, you know, we have our scientific hypothesis on how to, like, break World of Horror. Ah, crap, I should have bought smonks immediately. Cold bath, that's fine. I shouldn't have done that, because I know that I'm always gonna fail cold bath. But here's the thing, it also doesn't really matter, you know? Because it's like we have a lump of flesh. There was a price hike? Unbelievable. Dog store it is. Dog store it is. Oh my god, that was terrible. That was horrible. My theory of the case has been thrown out the window by one event. So there you go. Irizumi is very important. Okay, Irizumi is incredibly important. I think we should still be fine. We're gonna remember Formaldehyde Jar, and the rest of the mysteries aren't gonna be so bad. This is an easy tireless. Wordless Ward's gonna be really bad. I think we should handle it. We'll do this. I was considering taking the stamina and getting the EXP, but I think we'll be fine. This is a luck check, so, you know, obviously we're gonna say no. I would like to, I mean, we're gonna get out of this pretty nicely. Like, this has been a fine mystery, all things considered. So, I mean, TV Terror is always a good mystery, right? Like, it's very hard to make TV Terror go wrong. Okay, Formaldehyde Jar is in play. You do indeed love to see it. But I think we gotta I'm not, no way. There's no shot. Am I ever going to the village? I think I'm gonna take Arcane Grasp, because there's a blue option for it, right? And I don't think we're ever going to the village, right? Like, we're never going to the village, is that true? What is this? Ramen? Yeah, we're never going to the village, ever. We're never going to the village. So there is no reason for me to even, like, comprehend taking folklore studies. Like, the only reason we would ever take folklore studies is if we think, that's maybe a bad thing to do, by the way, increasing the hospital's threat level. Well, we've still got a long time to go. The only thing that could be, like, really bad is if we're worried about getting 2 brain damage curses in a row. If we're worried about that, then we can, you know, then it would have been bad. But since we still have 4 knowledge, and that is incredibly unlikely, I wasn't particularly... I almost ran, but I can't run from this encounter, so I do appreciate it. I do appreciate the Spider God looking out for me like that. We do have 13 smonks remaining. Am I worried about that? I actually think the answer to that question is yes. I think that I think it's still gonna work out just because of how the RNG in this game works. I think it will still be in our favor, completely fine. And getting Doll Nurse is just like the you win button. Are you feeling lucky, Doll Nurse? No, she's not. She's not feeling lucky, but that's okay. You don't have to feel lucky always, alright? So the hospital, if it wasn't doomed already, the hospital is doomed now. However, we've only got 1 mystery out of this, so I'm not particularly worried. Just do a little overkill there. I believe we are schmoovin', and yeah, I am gonna take Doom. I am. I'm gonna take Doom. Which, you know, oh my god, recognize the arcane. Wait, what? Hold on, what did that do? Are they preparing for a feast for their Eldritch Masters? Plus 4% Doom? But wait, that didn't increase our Doom, did it? Because I thought we were at 69 regularly. What the hell happened? I genuinely don't understand. I'm so confused. Did something happen? What on earth? What? What? I haven't seen that in so long. I genuinely have no idea what the hell happened. Like, I actually cannot answer to you what has just happened on this day. Do they take bonus damage? I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk it. Okay, yeah, they do. That was a waste. That was a waste, but that's okay. We're willing to waste something. Irizumi, huh? Hey, we got 2 funds. We're willing to take a waste there. And I'll take strength. I don't think... We have no dexterity check. It was everything but dexterity. I think we're willing to take a point of strength here to kind of make things a little bit more comfy on the combat side of things. We've got 11 more smonks. That should hold us to the end. I am a little bit worried about the Takashi fight. I am no longer worried about the Takashi fight at all. Because we got Irizumi, so we can go get the cigarettes here. And there we go. I think that's an easy win. I think that... I think that's an easy win. And Chonky Rat here to bless the run. Always gotta give Chonky Rat a chance, you know? Well, what animal would I be? What monster would I be if I didn't give Chonky Rat a chance? Now, Doom is creeping up a bit, but here's the thing. We can go... We can go to the Run in Terror. We can go to the monument if we want to. I don't think we'll need to. I think it'll be completely fine. It's too late. I would love to get 410 billion earlier on in the run. It's too late. It's too late. There's no shot that we can do it this late in the run. This is the last mystery. The amount of combat that we're gonna get is probably just stock Chan and Takashi. I cannot justify that. Like, I seriously, as much as I would like to say, oh hell yeah, brother, but there's no shot. Unfortunately, no shot. Do we want to do the side quest just for fun? Sure, I guess. Trading 1 lump of flesh for another. But, yeah, actually a great Haru run. Like a banger Haru run, for sure. There was really no stopping us. We were completely just steamrolling through this run from the beginning to end. And we were doing it on ill-fated, right? Like, I think that's important. You might not have noticed, because our health is 10-8, but, like, we steamrolled through this run effortlessly. We're level 7 as Haru, and we don't even have a compass either. Like, I think... And we bought Smonks so many times. Like, we bought Smonks, like, 3 or 4 times. Like, that's insane. Like, I genuinely am starting to believe, and I said this on Discord, and I'll reiterate it here. I am genuinely starting to believe that we are entering a Smonk meta, where how good your character is how much of an advantage they can get off of smonking. And obviously we got super lucky here by, like, getting Fast Swimmer early, but think about it this way. Think of any character who we view as traditionally good being buffed by Smonks with a Monkey Wrench. Like, there would be no stopping them. Like, there would genuinely be no stopping them. They'd be unstoppable. They would be unkillable. Like, it's unreal. Like, we effortlessly... We have one... There was, like, one sketchy point in the entire run, and that was it. Right? Like, that... There was one sketchy point in the entire run, and that was... And it's... We recovered from it perfectly. Like, the combat was easy. The combat was incredibly easy. Now, admittedly, you could say that we didn't fight a ghost. There was no ghost to be fought. If we fought a ghost, things would have gone wrong. You are correct in that assumption. But here's the thing. No matter what run you're doing, a ghost is gonna ruin your time, right? Like, a ghost is gonna suck, no matter what run you're doing. And so it's not like Haru is uniquely weak to ghosts. You know, we did a normal World of Horror run where we bought Smonks at every available opportunity. We removed the ability to run away from combat. We killed one of the more annoying bosses in the game, admittedly with the help of Doll Nurse. But there's a couple of interesting caveats. One, every time you go to the vending machine, that is 1 doom, and cigarettes are guaranteed to be there. They are 4. They are 4. And that is expensive. But here's the thing. It combos perfectly with how much money you end up having. Because I've said this a bunch before in the past, but it's like, it's annoying. Like, you either want to have 1 fund or 3 funds, right? Because 2 funds is sort of the sort of like shake range. Shake range is wrong. It's the variance, right? Like, most events that involve money move it by 2 funds. And so what you can do is, by setting yourself to 0 funds, you are going to get Jar of Blood eventually. And Jar of Blood as an event is less threatening than a lot of other events in the game, right? There are other events in the game that are worse than Jar of Blood. And so if you get Jar of Blood, then you get Cursed, then you get a guaranteed smonk from the vending machine. And here's the thing, we had worst case scenario. We got Price Hike, and we didn't have Irizumi. Irizumi did not... well, Irizumi did help us buy 1 pack of smonks, but we didn't have Irizumi when the Price Hike happened, and we had to go to the dog store, right? What I'm basically saying is that, assuming you can go to the vending machine, alright? Which is every single time, because there's a Price Hike is the only event that affects vending machine and only affects the prices. You can go to the vending machine 100% of the time. The smonks will usually, unless you have Price Hike, usually cost 4. So you set yourselves to 0 funds, you get Jar of Blood, you get 2 funds from the Witch's Tree, you buy smonks, you're at 0 funds, you wait for Jar of Blood, you get Cursed again. Those are 2, I don't want to say guaranteed, because it's obviously all RNG on Jar of Blood, but you're gonna get it sooner or later, alright? And here's the thing, you don't get Jar of Blood? Well, congratulations, you won the lottery. Plus 2 funds. Congratulations, somebody slipped money under your door in the apartment. Plus 2 funds, minus 1 reason. You know, you called the police at certain opportunities. Plus 2 funds. You gave EXP to Junji Ito. Plus 2 funds. There's a bunch of random ways you can get money, and every time you do that, after Jar of Blood, you get smonks. And we demonstrated that in this episode a couple of times, right? And so it's like... And here's the thing, you can also get items. You can find items in the game. So there are so many RNG-related ways for you to make money. And if you just spend them on smonks, your combat is going to be perfect. And here's the thing, smonks also heal you. They also increase your sanity. So, like, really, the weaknesses of the strategy where you have reliable reason regeneration like, to an extent, alright? You're not buying foreign smonks all the time, right, for +2. Like, you're mostly buying regular smonks at the vending machine. But here's the thing. You have amazing combat for pretty much the entire game. Every time you go to buy smonks at the vending machine, you have a chance of getting a brick, which is 7 damage for free. And if you're not Haru, you are not on the clock by default, because Haru starts with nicotine withdrawal. Every other character in the game doesn't. So you can play someone like Aiko, you can play someone like Miku, you can play anybody. And you can stockpile smonks and then use them whenever you want, right? So you can guarantee that, with this strategy anyways, you can guarantee that you have enough smonks to reach the end game, or you can save them for more optimal healing opportunities. The reason why we play Haru the way that we do is that you want to start smonking immediately so that you can actually fight. And I'm gonna, like, listen, I think the Haru arc has been overwhelmingly positive for Haru. It's been the best thing he's ever done. And unfortunately, I think he's, like, I think he and the Camel are becoming friends. I think, like, he is promoting smonking, and that's not something that I do with, with a clear conscience. I think that, IRL, smonking bad. But in Shiikawa, if there is an eldritch monstrosity slithering down the street, and you need to beat it to death with a monkey wrench, and the local dog is gone, you stop by a vending machine, you grab a packet of smonks, you pick up a brick. If you ain't got a weapon, you pick up a brick. And, you just go to town. It's the Haru arc. So thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. I'm gonna go to bed now, and then I'm gonna render this in Premiere Rush in the morning. Premiere Rush is rendered 2 videos, hasn't failed me yet, and this is the second video, so, second time's the charm, actually. And I'm gonna see if it can render an FTL episode, although that seems antithetical, because, Premiere Rush is supposed to be really quick and fast, gets the job done, when you don't need to, like, do a lot of edits. And the FTL episode is, like, 50 minutes long, which kind of defeats the point. It's like 30 minutes long, so it's just, like, 20 less minutes, so... Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a good one for the second time. Like, listen, we're on that hard knock adrenaline rush. Like, that was crazy. That was a great run. That was a cracked run. So yeah, bye.